Hey, today I'm gonna talk about wealth tax, which is a proposal from Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. We're gonna do some numbers and see whether it's good or bad for America. First, let's have a quick recap of Bernie Sanders' proposal. His proposal is to tax individuals based on their net worth every year. Don't worry, if you have less than 32 millions, this tax won't apply to you. If your wealth is from 32 millions to 50 millions, there will be applied 1% tax after 32 millions. And then this tax will increase to 2%, 3%, and so on. And at the end, if your net worth is more than 10 billion, you will be charged 8%, which is honestly crazy. Warren's proposal is a little bit more liberal, so if you have less than 50 millions, you're exempt from the tax. If you have from 50 millions to 1 billion, you have to pay 2% of the tax. And if it's more, then it's 3%. That's a great tax because it will only affect 0.1% of populations, so why would anyone be opposed to that amazing tax? Let's see what happened on the last Democratic debate.
When you have 500,000 Americans sleeping out on the street today, when you have 87 million people uninsured or underinsured, when you got hundreds of thousands of kids who cannot afford to go to college and millions struggling with the oppressive burden of student debt, and then you also have 3 people owning more wealth than the bottom half of American society, that is a moral and economic outrage.
I totally agree with Bernie about homeless, uninsured people and student debt, but is this a billionaire's fault? We will do some calculation later to figure this out.
You have to start rewarding work, not just wealth. I would eliminate the capital gains tax. I would raise the capital gains tax to the highest rate of 39.5%. I would double it. Because guess what? Why in God's name should someone who's clipping coupons on the stock market in fact, pay a lower tax rate than someone who, in fact, is, like I said, a school teacher and a firefighter?
There was a Freudian slip at the beginning of conversation, but this guy is definitely against wealth tax, and he's very shy to tell us why, but he has a new proposal to increase the capital gain tax. And I assume he refers to long-term capital gain, which is only applied when you hold your securities for more than 12 months. It's definitely not what active stock traders are doing, so in their case, their normal income tax will be applied. So they can easily hit 37% tax rate if they're really good at this. And Biden assumes that everyone is stupid and he can blame stock traders for everything.
So I think this is about our values as a country. Show me your budget, show me your tax plans, and we'll know what your values are.
She's always crying when responding, but she supports wealth tax.
Senator Warren is 100% right that we're in the midst of the most extreme winner-take-all economy in history. And a wealth tax makes a lot of sense in principle. The problem is that it's been tried in Germany, France, Denmark, Sweden, and all those countries ended up repealing it because it had massive implementation problems.
Switzerland? Boy, what about Switzerland? It's the second richest country in the world except microstates. And we do have wealth tax and it works here. Currently, it generates 3.5% of the whole tax income, which is $820 per year per capita. To show you this number in scale, all the US sales tax collected is $1,180 per capita per year.
Instead, we should look at what Germany, France, Denmark, and Sweden still have, which is a value-added tax. If we give the American people a tiny slice of every Amazon sale, every Google search, every robot truck mile, every Facebook ad, we can generate hundreds of billions of dollars and then put it into our hands.
We do have VAT and it's a great tax, but it's a gross misunderstanding to say that this tax will take any money from the tech company, in particular Amazon. I've made a video about this, you can check it out. But let's return to Switzerland and its wealth tax. Every canton and municipality has its own tax rate in here, so let's look at the tax rate of City of Zurich. So wait, you have to pay it when your wealth is only 77k, not 32 millions? That seems to be very odd. Plus your maximum tax rate is 0.66%, which is not even 1%, which Bernie proposed. This is very strange because Switzerland is known to attract millionaires and billionaires from all around the world to come here and pay taxes here. So what kind of stupid people they should be to do this? Maybe there is another tax which they don't pay in Switzerland. That's correct, and this is a capital gain tax, unless you're a professional stock trader. So if you bought your house for 100K and later sold it for 200K, making $100K profit, you will pay efficiently 0 tax in Switzerland. In America, in the same situation, you would pay 15 or 20% depending on your income, but it's only if you hold your apartment for more than 12 months. But if you had this house for less than 12 months and you lived in the state of California and your income was more than 550K per year, then you might hit the maximum of federal and state tax, making 49.3%, which means that you have to pay additional 50K to the government, which is pretty rough, I would say. Basically, wealth tax is an alternative to capital gain tax in Switzerland. So if you think paying wealth tax is more beneficial for you than paying capital gain, you just move to Switzerland. And that's how you can attract millionaires and billionaires into your country. Very smart. If you introduce a wealth tax proposed by Bernie Sanders, which is 8% for multi-billionaires, they will all just be moving out from US. If you're a new entrepreneur and you think you might become richer soon, you would probably just buy a new citizenship from some other country and then just flash your American citizenship. Now let's answer the fundamental question: does US need to collect more tax? You're probably gonna tell me, of course, every European country collects way more taxes, and because of this, there is a free healthcare, free education, very good public transport, lots of social benefits. Maybe you're right, so let's return to OECD page and check the numbers. First, let's see how much tax is being collected per capita in different countries. US 16K, Switzerland 22K, Germany 16K, Canada 14K. Switzerland is the clear winner here, but you're gonna tell me, oh, Switzerland is the rich country, so it's not fair to compare it with US, and I totally agree with that. So let's adjust our numbers to GDP. Let's define our new metric, which will be tax as a percentage of gross domestic product. For example, US collected 16K taxes with 59K GDP per capita, meaning that tax in US is 27% of GDP. The essential meaning of that is 27% of all money available in the country was collected and spent by government. Let's calculate other countries. Switzerland 28.6, Germany 38, Canada 32. Now you're gonna tell me that Germany and Canada is paying much higher percentage of their taxes. And Switzerland is a weird country, so let's not count it. The problem here is that US and Switzerland has no government-funded healthcare system. So in these numbers, the health system is not included. In case of Germany and Canada, it's obviously included. To compare this number correctly, we need to subtract the healthcare cost from Germany and Canada. We know that Germany spends 10% of its GDP on healthcare, so why don't we subtract this 10% and we will get 28%. That means that US, Germany and Switzerland collects exactly the same percentage of taxes excluding healthcare. But wait a minute, Switzerland and Germany have a free, good education, very good public transport, paid maternity leave, and lots of different social benefits. Maybe the real issue is how government spends its money. Wealth distribution in the US is extremely unfair and it should be fixed. I totally agree with Bernie on this issue. And I also agree this happened due to government fault. The problem here is the government fault is much larger than just billionaires. All the current taxes are spent in an extremely inefficient way. And the right approach would be here to analyze the current spending, compare it with different countries and see where we can optimize. Again, having that many billionaires is wrong, but it has nothing to do with corruption and mismanagement of US government. Blaming wealthy people and ask them to pay more taxes is fundamentally wrong. You need to fix the government system first. Thanks for watching. If you want to make America think harder again, don't forget to subscribe. And see you soon!